I'd like to begin by acknowledging the Whadjuk Noongar people, the traditional owners of the Whadjuk region for more than 40,000 years, the land I'm blessed to learn, grow, and create on. We recognise their continuing relationship with the land, sea, community, and culture, and we pay our respects to elders past, present, and emerging. The first week of isolation, I remember cleaning my room. I threw my mirror on my bed and it snapped, like chalk. It lay in my living room for 2 days before I decided what to do with it. Pouring resin on it would hold its shape, but at the last minute, I decided to experiment with silicone. I began this project with little to no expectations about what I was going to produce. I was simply fascinated with the pattern in which it splintered. I started lining the thin shards of glass, using the nozzle to push and flatten the coat of material over the broken pieces. After a few minutes of scraping it, I realized it was already solidifying. Individual air bubbles trapped in the clear gum appeared a crude, ironic metaphor about the social and physical distancing going on. My brother and I tried to break the mirror a bit more with a hammer and a brick. I removed some of the broken glass to use for mosaics and other bits and pieces, then glued the rest together to form two main bodies. I then took photographs of the assembled sculptures and used them to reflect light and shoot a small amount of abstract footage. Like everybody else living through this pandemic, I feel distressed, anxious, and profoundly uneasy. But I also feel hopeful, resilient, and grateful. Living under a regime that prioritizes acute productivity and independence was difficult before COVID-19 became an issue. I'm incredibly privileged to live in a quiet pocket of suburbia most of the time with my family. I wake up and I garden, I cook, I take my meds, I pray, and I try and feel alright about not being in control. I chip away at my endless to-do list and drink my coffee in the warmest part of the house. I do my best to listen to my body when it tells me to rest and my stomach when it tells me to eat. I drink water after I cry and I call my friends when I miss them. Distraction is an emotion-focused coping strategy. These aim to manage any emotional response caused by a distinctive stressor that can't be controlled. An example of this could be the sudden loss of a loved one, the diagnosis of a terminal illness, or a worldwide pandemic with no comprehensive timeline. Essentially, distracting yourself is one of the best things you can do right now. Playing with those materials during that process was gratifying and exciting. My imagination nurtured, my hands busy, and my mind active. A springboard of possibilities was created. I slept that night, eager to wake the next day, my brain feverish with ideas. Do something the child version of you would love to do. Unlearn the notion that something is pointless because it doesn't produce anything. There's a quiet magic that occurs when you stimulate your imagination.